Man, what a pretty day. Morning, folks. Oh, I got some bad news. Last night, Cindy's phone beeped, said it had a text message, and looked it up, and we heard somebody wrote in there that they heard a rumor that the Baker store was on fire. Well, Baker, we used to live out there. It's a little town that's only 9 miles kind of southeast of Salmon, and we used to live out there before we got the fairgrounds job, so that's been 24 years ago, and nice little community there. When we lived there, there was no post office, there was no store, it was just, a handful of houses, maybe, I don't know, there's probably total 24 houses at most, but a lot of ranches and things around. But anyway, I was always told that to be considered a town, it had to have a post office. Well, I guess it used to, a long time ago before we moved there. But when we lived there, there was nothing there, just people. But nice little area. And then the Amish moved in there. And about the time we left, actually, they showed up and moved in, and I had a friend that lived in Ohio that said, man, you don't want those people there. He says they are not what you think they are. They're conniving and they're very clannish and they're just not good people and blah blah blah. Well, every single one of these Amish we have here have been good people. I have not met a single one that I don't like. They're all really friendly, really good people, and it's been a good thing for our little town here. And they built a big store. It's a grocery store, and it had lots of canned goods. It had sandwiches. It had a meat department for sandwiches and things. They didn't sell steaks or anything like that, but it was just a neat little place. They had a lot of handcrafted stuff and some really fancy clocks and just all sorts of neat things in there. It was always fun to go out there. And anyway, we got this text message last night that it was on fire. And so we hadn't heard nothing about it. We were actually in bed already and looked on the computer there, and sure enough, there's several videos on that Facebook thing. I don't like Facebook, but several videos on there, and there's no saving that store. It was completely engulfed in flames, and I feel so bad for them people. They're, like I say, every last one of them that I've met have been really nice people and good people, and that store was kind of the hub of their little community. They do other things. They build some of those little tool sheds and things, and do other work around town, a lot of construction work and a lot of different things. But that little store, that was a thriving place, and it was a good place to go. And we'd go out there. They had great donuts and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll throw a couple of pictures on here, little video clips I got off the computer, but man, talk about sad. I really hope people will pull together and do a basically Amish barn raising like they used to do, and even though majority of people here aren't Amish, I hope some of our locals will help pitch in and rebuild for them, because they're good folks. Like I said, that was a nice store, and I really wish it had been there when we lived out there, because it was a long ways. 9 miles in and the back is 20-mile round trip, and long ways when all you needed was a jug of milk or something. But Anyway, here's the pictures. Pretty awful. Anyway, today, me and Bodine are going to go up the mountain, but it doesn't sound like he's able to do it today. And yesterday, I took out a wolf hide I got in this black bag to thaw. I'm feeling it. That's still pretty frozen. I don't think that's doable for today. So, I'm not sure. I should do some leather work. I got so much to do. It's just kind of where to start. I don't have to search for anything to do. It's just where to start. Now, this wolf is still pretty frozen. And he does still have the paws in there. I don't know if it's still got the skull in it or not. I think I skinned the head. Can't really tell. Anyway, he's not ready. I'll have to probably do him tomorrow. First thing today, though, I think I need to go to the dump. I got 4 cans or something like that been sitting there most of the winter. They didn't have lids, and so full of ice I couldn't pick them up. I just poked a hole in the sides and they drained, so I can pick them up, and off I go. Got this dumpster site out here. Used to be a one-time fee of $5 for the key, and that was it. But they've had so much trouble with people dumping stuff they shouldn't and not locking the gate again and that sort of thing, that now you have to buy a key every year, and it's $50. But you know, for $50 for a full year, I don't know, that's really not that bad. I would have rather seen them have a one-time fee of $50, but the bad thing, what's going to happen, I really hope it doesn't, but it has in other states and places we've lived. But what ends up happening is, if they up the rates too much, every one of these logging roads and things up here will have its own dump at the end of it, and that doesn't do anybody any good. I really hope they don't do that. Well, anyway, it's kind of nice to have this, to go to the actual dump, about twice as far, and it's a much longer deal. Well, got the dump run out of the way, and it's way too nice of a day to be inside for a little bit longer. So I'm heading up the mountain here as far as I can on the pickup truck and see just where the snow line actually is. I hate to run those rubber tracks on the gravel. It's awful hard on them. But I don't think it'll be, well, it might be a ways up here. I don't know. This is the shady side here. Got a little snow. But if we have to, we can trailer it up here a ways instead of driving it up here. Well, I could probably go farther. I mean, there's very little snow here, but what's worse is it's ice. It's really slick. One slope I just came down. Maybe I shouldn't have. Coming back up, it's a little bit uphill, and it could be pretty icy. It was it was pretty icy, but look at this. There is just hardly any snow down low anyway, below timberline. I was reading not very long ago that our area had 100 to 120% of our annual snowpack for that time of year anyway. Now I looked at it, dang beer cans here, but now I looked at it and it says that we don't. It says we're below average. Forget the percentage, 77% I think. Some areas in Idaho are down to only 29% of the annual snowfall average. And it was saying that the the last time it was this low was 1934, which was the start of the Great American Dust Bowl. That ain't good news. I think forest fires are probably unavoidable. I hope no more houses and buildings burn down, but man, that Amish store thing just makes me sick. Like I say, that was a good store and they're good people. Anyway, go on back home and probably do some leather work, but for today, I guess that's about all I got. Have a great rest of your day, and if it looks like this here, enjoy it, because man, it's early. I'd like to go up further. Like I said, this road, I could go quite a little ways further, I'm sure. This corner here is in the shade, and it's fairly steep up this part. If it's as icy as it is, the stuff we just went over, it's not. You get up on top of this ridge and it kind of comes across this way, and you can see the road going over there. That's about as far as I think I'd probably get anyway, safely. I might be able to go further, but it's really not worth it. Give it another week or so, I can probably drive up here. Trapping season for wolves, it ends February 28th, the end of the month, so that's only, I don't know what the day is, 22nd I think. It's only a week or so away. but the hunting season for wolves is open all year. So I still might come up here if I got a chance and see if I can't call one in. And their breeding time is February and March. They don't have pups until April and May, so I wouldn't hunt them that late. I don't feel right doing that. But up until probably the end of March, I sure would give it a try. Anyway, folks, see you tomorrow. I'm babbling. Have a great day. Bye.